Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to introduce Dr. Ilan Kogas.
Thank you. Thank you. It's a great pleasure to be with you. I love to work with young entrepreneurs. And I congratulate you. I congratulate you for being here. Because you can be sure that most of the young entrepreneurs are too busy. They're very busy. They don't have time to learn because they're busy. But you're here. So I really appreciate it. And I'm going to reward you. I'm going to share with you a methodology that can help you turn your business into a great business. Wouldn't you like to have your business a great business?
Yes.
My name is Ilan. I'm your friend. For the last 30 years, I have been working with people like you, helping them achieve extraordinary results, financial results, and building a culture of winning. So I want to share with you a methodology tested, proven, successful, that I use, yes, invented by Jack Stack from Springfield, Missouri, but I want to share it with you, and when you implement it, you cannot fail. So I want to share a story with you. 2,340 years ago, in the year 331 BC, there was a young entrepreneur who inherited a big organization, a small organization, while his father was killed with an arrow to the eye. And he took his organization, decided to make this organization the biggest in the world. The name of the young entrepreneur was Alexander of Macedonia. At the age of 20, he took over his kingdom, and then he conquered Greece and decided to go and conquer the world. The big company in the marketplace at that time was Persia. So he embarked with 20,000 tough soldiers. He sailed to Asia Minor and started to fight local fights, and Alexander never lost a battle, by the way. And then when the king of Persia, the name was Darius, heard that there is some renegade causing problem in his kingdom, decided to go and crush this young pain. So he assembled an army, 1 million soldiers strong, and he took the army to a place in today's Iraq called Gargamella. So he sent his army, 1 million soldiers, ready to fight the Macedonians. He sent an emissary to Alexander and said, "You're so tough, come, let's do battle." So Alexander immediately took the challenge, brought his army that was 50,000 strong, and he set camp. And now, a day before the battle started, the Persians were cleaning the battlefield for the chariots to charge and destroy and chop the enemy, and like the tanks of today, if you want. And Alexander met his team, the generals, in the evening, and they said, "Sir, it doesn't look too good. They're 20 to 1. What are we going to do?" And he said to them, "What do you think we should do? Let's come up with a strategy." By the end of the night, they have decided how they're going to win the battle. So they decided that the critical number is to kill Darius. So the thing was, kill Darius, because the king was here with his entourage, the harem and the cooks and all the servants, and he was running the battle of 1 million soldiers strong. And Alexander and his general decided that the moment they would kill the king, this 1 million soldier strong army means nothing. But yet, comes the day in the morning, and the Persians set the chariots ready to attack, the cavalry at the flanks to pincer attack the small Macedonian army. And Alexander decided they're going to do something different. And instead of setting his army in a typical Greek phalanx, that would be something like that, facing the Persians, he and his general decided that they're going to do something different. They're going to, the moment the battle starts, they're going to set the army on a slant. And you can imagine all the spears and the lances are bristling forward like that. And the idea was that the moment the battle starts, they're going to do two things. One, they're going to move to the side. Boom, boom, boom. So they started moving to the side to a little bit more hilly terrain. Now you can imagine that the Persians, seeing them move to the side, they started to move to the side as well. But 1 million soldiers strong moving to the side create chaos. The second thing that happened, when the chariots charged, the horses are smarter than men. And they're facing a forest of spears and lances on a slant, and they started to run this way. And the other chariots were entangled, and they started to create a hell of a chaos, which the Persians never faced. And then Alexander sent his heavy infantry, and they routed the chariots. At that moment, when the battle was getting really messy, dust and noise, and people screaming, and people dying, and blood, and you name it, Alexander took 7,000 tough cavalry, and he was heading to the king. Now Darius saw that something is not going right, and he saw that the Macedonians coming forward, and Alexander always was on a white horse with a white plume. So everyone knew who he was the leader. And he said to Darius, he just said, hey, they're coming, stop them, stop them. He said, sir, we can't, because these tough son of a bitches, they're coming at us, and we can't stop them. So Darius said, if this is the case, I'm going to go back to the palace and I will do lunch. So he got on his chariot and gone. His lieutenants, the general, said, well, if the king is going, that means we lost the battle. So they started to flee, and the whole army saw that the leadership is going, and the army started to run away, and then Alexander took his army, chased them, and by the end of the day, according to historical annals, 200,000 Persian soldiers were killed, but Alexander lost only 4,000 soldiers dead. Now what do we learn from it? We learn from it 5 principles that can be used, should be used, and when used in the corporate sector, success is unbelievable. Number 1 is he opened the books. Opened the books. He shared it with his people. He said, look, this is the situation. They all got involved in high involvement planning. They all got involved in the planning how we're going to do battle. Number 2, they decided on what is critical for success. What is the one thing, if we achieve that, we will succeed? And that was kill terrorists. Number 3, they decided on the rules of how they're going to make it happen. On a slant, moving to the side, using cavalry, etc. Number 4, keeping score. They knew all the time what is happening, and when the battle was won, everyone was rewarded. And these are the principles that I suggest you take with you. You go back to your company tomorrow, and this is your challenge. Luck favors the bold. Make a change. Follow this simple yet very effective methodology, which is used in any sport. Any competitive sport is just it. The players know how to play, they know what is critical for winning, they know the rules of the game, they keep score, and when they win, everybody is rewarded. Go back to your company. Engage your people with you because they're smarter than you. They will have ideas how the business is going to be successful. Identify what is really critical, what is the one thing if you achieve, you'll be successful. Set the rules of the engagement, weekly meetings, open, transparent engagement, everything that you already know. Keep a score, have a scoreboard, and when a company wins, don't take all the kudos, don't take all the reward, share it with your people because you want them all to be motivated. This is your challenge. I want to thank you again for coming in today, and I can guarantee you one thing. I've done it with hundreds of companies. Those who followed it with discipline achieved tremendous results. You cannot fail. You fail if you don't follow it with lack of discipline. Go back, do it, play to win, and I guarantee you unbelievable success. Congratulations for being here.